Carnage railing the way he is, he's just going to be able to take him down and just grab the red and grab 2 more rails off of Wonko.
That's 4. 4 in a row for an impressive count of 10, folks. Now, let's talk a little bit about more, because actually that was less Relic doing damage than it was Nesta just totally missing his rails. And even this 2-on-1, you know, Carnage still does quite a bit of damage. And even with getting red under Paramedics' belt for a couple of cycles doesn't really help anything. The reason why is, oh wow, immediate kill of the quad. Bye-bye. Relic gets it done. But the reason why is because, you know, at 43-5, obviously Paramedics is not doing enough damage to keep that frag count even remotely close. And so, honestly, all armor is going to do for them is help them survive a little bit longer. They need to do everything right at this point in order to try to bring this thing back into the realm of possibility. They need to be getting every single quad, and it needs to not be a 2-second quad. It needs to be a full 30-second full throttle quad, getting, you know, I would say 6 frags per run in order to keep up with the pace of frags that Rita is currently decking out, because it's ridiculous at this point.
And really, it's been ridiculous because of these just amazing rails that they're pulling out left and right. And both of these guys, their preferred weapon, what they're getting most of their frags with is the railgun. And the next map being ZTN, if I remember correctly, that's going to be the same old story.
Yeah. Relic fresh spawn straight for the rail, and now he can actually kill this guy. Or, well, he attempts to do damage before he gets away. Tries to get him on the escape, and he's looking for the obvious move, and he hits it. That's 2! Very well done. And I think is that, let's see what the impressive count is. That's impressive count number 8 for Relic. And if you take a look, no impressives for Wonko. And 2 impressives for Mesta. Let's take a look at accuracies between these guys. Mesta rolling in with a 58% rail, 33 LG, 33 rocket. So, strangely enough, kind of a lowish shotgun, like 70-ish, 70 something, 77, excuse me. But as shotgun goes, that's actually a little bit low. Carnage, currently rocking a 75% railgun, 18% LG, 47 rocket, and nice work there.
Absolutely. So now we're moving into the last half here. Paramedics setting up for the first time a real quad run, and actually Rita was a little bit slow off the cuff there. It came in just a little bit too late. Paramedic was set up well. They were both down there, which, you know, it's not ideal, but it worked out well enough for them to be able to grab this, and now they're getting some frags. They've broken that 10 frag limit, and now Relic is going to eat some more shaft for Mesta, so this is good for them. It's not going to give them the match, but it's going to give them some ego back.
Had Carnage had weapons, Mesta would have been dead.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Mesta's even going to get this red armor. To be totally honest. Well, Carnage is really just having fun with Pummel at this point, but if anyone shows up at this fight, Mesta's dead. Relic just went down, so this will be his armor.
If.
Oh, actually, it's going to go to his teammate. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, but, like, it's stuff like
so
that.
Like, just not worried at this point, or
Wonko close range with a shotgun. I mean, that should have been over in at maximum 2 shots. Instead, it takes, you know, 3 plus some teammate help. It's kind of odd.
Well, now Kern's sitting back up here on top of red. He just got the grab, and so that puts things back in their control. Things were in Paramedics' control just for that little bit of time, but that was a short-lived fantasy, I think.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I mean, you know, momentary control is on this map no control at all, because DM6, its hallmark is the, you know, the lockdown. You know, it's as Tyler Perry would say, clink clink. You know, and we really haven't seen that at all by Paramedics. So, solid control by Rita, and let's watch as they're setting up for quad. Carnage gets it a little bit of contest for it, but he wins out with a superior stack. And we're gonna watch this quad right now. We're gonna see Relic's job is gonna be to flush these guys out for Carnage to kill. What? Oh.
Wow.
Now you want your pummel. Now you want your pummel, but now you now we're not seeing him. Oh well. That's one frag. Kind of slow killing here for Carnage.
So are we going to see any ringers for paramedic in the next map?
I think they have one other person on the roster, but I think Wonko and Nesta is
That is a serious question. Yeah.
What was that, Sweet Art?
Butcher is their third guy.
If I recall, I think
good question, don't know.
Wonko and Nesta is sort of the typical lineup, though.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. So, let's take a look at Mesta. Now see if he gets challenged. Oh wow, he has to leave because he notices that he's got two Ritas just staring him down, and he's like, "All right, fuck it, I'm out of here."
Jeez, nice work from him though. Dancing around that middle section, getting the LG damage done. That was an impressive frag, and it's going to help out. But you know, still, this was so out of whack so early in the game. It's going to be hard for any kind of comeback.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice to see that Paramedics has pulled things together a little bit with, you know, almost 20 frags, and they are seeing handoff of weapons and things like that. I think Wonka was going a little bit too strong. He should have waited. Had he waited for Mesta to turn this corner right now like he's doing, you know, working as a team, they get that double angle, because when Wonko pushed in, Mesta couldn't help him in any way. And so, you know, it was Wonko coming from below, he doesn't have the height advantage, and nothing's going to go in his favor. So we do see that quad run shut down. Wonko does get the rail shot. Carnage, though, looking to answer. Just barely misses the second shot. So take a look at Relic. Fresh spawn. Jump into rail. Wonko hanging out. Does have red.
But that does bring us within 46.
And you know, go ahead. Oh man.
I'm just kind of curious about this being the final. What did Paramedic do to get to this point?
Well, this is the semis, remember?
Right. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Well, they beat Top last night. Was it last night? Yeah. That was.
Yeah, it was last night.
That was it. That was what they needed to do to get here.
Cool.
And you know, I kind of think that you know, we're gonna be seeing Silent Service versus Rita likely in the big show.
Right.
But to be totally honest, I mean, I guess what I'm detecting, Jahar, is you're kind of noticing that it's so lopsided, and you're wondering, you know, was there really no one else to kind of stand in the way to be a slightly better challenge for Rita in the semis? You know, I think Sir Dark touched on it earlier. Potentially there was, but they no-showed, and when you no-show, then you end up with something like this.
Exactly. It's really just alarming, just the effects a no-show team can have on a league like this. I mean, I don't want to say that this is the main effect, but it does go pretty deep. And, well, here we are.
Well, let me add to that just a little bit. When we first set up this league, we opened it up to the world. And at the time, we had, when we started the first week, we had 3 pro teams, if you want to call them that. And eventually one of the pro teams actually ended up dropping. So it was Griffin and I forget who his partner was.
Quad pummel, by the way.
The league was meant to be open to virtually everybody and anybody.
That's good. Actually, that's something I really stand behind.
Season 2, you can actually see a separation of the two.
Right.
Okay. And I like that. I really do.
Yeah, but you know, the beautiful thing about this, though, is that this really gives a great baseline for these teams, and you'll be able to, you know, run the seeding in a way that makes a lot of sense. And now, let me ask you this, Sir Dark: are you going to Relic Creators? Are you going to maybe use any of the AGP rankings as additional sort of salt and pepper to what you're already planning to seed?
Yeah, help me out here. AGP is going to hit TDM? Because
yes.
To help answer your question, yeah, dueling is easy. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But this is not duel. This is not dueling.
Right.
Back to Quake 3 days